Okay, we're here at Saturday morning racing on July 23rd. We missed the start because we had a technical problem with our timer and had to fix it, but we're on the go now. 3 boats are here at the starting line. 1 boat sailed away and just missed the start. We couldn't wait for them. So let's see how things are going here. We'll follow these 2 boats over here first. Let's see if we can compare how they're approaching the problem. Right now it looks like Bill Denyer and his group got the best start. They're out and away and gone. Nice job, Bill. I see these 2 have quite different sail settings, so we'll go over and take a look at them. Now you'll notice the boat on the right has fallen down, meaning he can't tack the sail as high as the guy in front of it. That's because I think he had way too much twist in his main compared to the boat next to him. If we get him on the attack, then we'll get behind him again. So what I'm seeing here, if you look at Brian's sail, it's got a lot more twist than a Scene's. So a Scene is sailing higher than Brian for that reason. It's probably only an inch or 2 difference in the adjustment of their sail, but it makes a big difference in how high you're pointing. When you get in that situation, you're falling down on your competition, it's a good thing to just check them out and check your sails and see if you can tweak in a little out, in or out, to get to match what they're doing. But you certainly don't want to not be able to point as high as the people you're racing against. In this case, it looks like just simply to be how they've tuned up their sails, how they've trimmed their main sail. You can see how Scenes, when you get right behind you if you can, is nice and flat. There's some twist, but not very much. We saw his a little while ago, and the top is falling off. So that's the difference. You do want the top to have some twist in it, but too much, and you're going fast, but you're going too far down. Okay, we're behind the boat that got the best start. Checking out their trim. Looks pretty good. They're not hiking very hard. Now notice his tiller is up. You see how he's pulling it towards himself and holding it there? Okay, when you're doing that, like that, see him tugging and tugging and tugging, that means something's wrong. So my guess is, in this breeze, you should probably put a little bang on it and let the main out a little bit. Okay, they're attacking. Let's see how that goes. You set the front first over first, this is the way you're supposed to do it. That looks pretty good, except I think everybody's too far back in the boat. See how the mainsail guy and the guy that's doing the drive is way back by his tiller. Everybody needs to be a little bit further forward. But because of that good start, they're going like crazy. They're doing good. They just follow right there. Okay, now we're just following them for a little bit here to see how they're trimming and how they're a lot less tiller movement there. That's good. That little bit of tiller movement is fine. That's keeping the boat on its track. Little tugs here and there, that's good. But before what we saw was held up and hard. And when you do that, something's got to give. Usually you put the mainsail out a little bit or put a little bang on it. Okay, the wind died a little bit. See how the boat's flat? So right now I'd be sending up Bill. He did. He can't put his weight down. It's not quite enough. They should get some more weight down. They got to keep that boat angled at about 10 degrees. See how they're flat as heck? Now Bill's going on down. Oh no, he's going to switch the pole. Okay, so you can see from here, their line is pretty darn good. They've given themselves a boat length or 2 to spare. But boy, they're going really, really slow right now. So you need to head the boat down, get it moving. They may have given up their lead by not doing that. Let's see how it is. We'll go to the weather mark. Okay, here's Bill, the first boat in line at the weather mark. You can see he gave up some of that great big lead he had because they tacked, kind of stayed high and slow for a while, didn't adjust their weight. He's heading down now. That's good. See how these guys head down. Main out aggressively, get the boat down. Let's see how it goes. Here comes the third boat. Remember what he was doing now. He has main not quite far enough in, wasn't pointing like his competitor. That's why he got him behind the scene. That much difference. Not a lot of difference, but that's still boat racing. Okay, Bill's got his spinnaker up and flying already. Out and proud, looking pretty good. So far, he's won the start, sailed up wind very well, and got his spinnaker up first. That should pretty much give him the win unless he makes a mistake between here and there. Okay, so Dita's working on her spinnaker. head that boat down so the spinnaker will fill. They're trying to do it without a pole. You got to be dead down to get that thing to fly in the beginning without a pole. Flying the spinnaker without a pole is tricky. It can be done, but boy, it's tricky. You got to be good. Okay, so 5220 here just came into the scene. She missed the start. They were off sailing practice and doing something, but she just turned and followed them down, which is a smart thing to do. They were going wing and wing. Okay, so right now we've got 3 boats here that are one attempting to fly a spinnaker. Okay, you finally got his pole up, and we got 2 here that just are not going to do it. They're not showing spinnaker at all. Brian decided to jibe. I'm not sure why. Maybe get out of Eileen's bad air. Although now he's sailing into it. We'll see what happens. Okay, you can see Bill is out in the way there. He's gone. I don't think there's much that a scene can do to catch him now unless he makes a mistake. Looks like Bill's got this one. Again, very good start. Nice spinnaker set. Those are the 2 things that stood out for him. If you take a look at scene's set right now, he's looking really, really good. Spinnaker's out in the way from the boat, flying really nice and firm. He's got good speed right now. But I think Bill also has good speed, so I don't see him catching it. Now, Bill's pole looks a little forward to me. And his spinnaker's not as firm as it should be. You can see it's luffing a little bit. So if he's not careful, he doesn't have that much of a lead. Scene can pick him up. We're going to stay with this for a while. And you can just see Bill's sail is not up and proud like I've seen. So I can look at the angle of his and the angle of Bill's. You can see Bill's is kind of drooping down. I've seen it's nice and high and firm. That's just spinnaker trim. So Phil's got to get that pull back a little bit. He's out on the sheet. He'll take off. But if he's not careful, Scene's going to get him. Okay, they just lost their wind. They got to get that pull back. That's their big problem. They did a lot of good things all the way around the race course, but not having that pull back far enough really, really hurt them. And Scene's got us now. That's strictly spinnaker trim. Nice job on Scene's part. Bill's boat got a little behind the helm there. You can take a look right now. You can see the difference in the angle of their poles. Scene's is quite a ways back. Bill's brought his back, but still not enough. You can just tell by the way the spinnaker's hanging on the forestay. See that? So it's hanging on the forestay. Something's wrong. You can't sit there. You got to figure out what it is and fix it. Nice job of Scene. Good way to go. Here we are at 15 seconds before the start. Boats are all nice and close to the line. I like that. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so 2 boats were on the line and going. Where's the other boat? There's a 3rd one over here that didn't make the start. I don't know what's wrong with him. Oh, okay, one behind the other. Okay, so 3 of the 4 boats had a pretty decent start right on the line and going. 4th boat here must have just mistimed it. He's behind. We'll go up and chase the ones that are doing well and see how they do. Okay, we got 2 boats here that left the line parallel to each other. The boat that's behind and heading down right now actually was right with Bill and Carolina there, but they couldn't hold their lane, so they had to duck down and go behind him. They're really not pointing well. She needs to get more weight up. See how nobody's, you got to have everybody hiking out. You get into a kind of chicken and egg thing. You don't have enough heels, so they send people down, but then they're down and you can't get any point. So she's got to get her people up and heeling, and flat, and get the main and get the boat going. Okay, so far, Bill is ahead again in this race. They had a decent start, and his sail trim and body positioning is good. Let's see if we can follow Eileen here for a second. See if we can figure out why she's not pointing. Okay, I'm looking at her sail trim. Well, right now she's pointing really well. So whatever her problem was before, she's pointing higher than Bill right now, and she's moving fine. She keeps set up, she can do very well. Now, some reason they let their jib out. That's a kiss of death. You gotta have that jib all the way in. Now, see how the guy let the jib out, and she headed down. The jib's way too far out now. Got to get that thing back in. So I think what's happening there is she headed down, so he thought the jib was over trimmed. So he let it out, but then she had to go down to match the jib. And again, as a matter of people working together, again, these are all new people on these boats, so all these kind of things come up. So you got to make sure if you're a jib trimmer, you don't release that jib unless the helmsman tells you to. You want to keep an eye on your telltales, but the driver is controlling the telltales, not you. So if she's not doing her job, then you say to her, should I trim to that? And then they'll probably come up and you fix the problem, as opposed to letting the jib out, heading down for them, and heading back up. They lost probably a boat length in that little maneuver there. Okay, boat over here is doing good. Now he was out pointing her for a while. She got back in the groove, but then fell down again. So he's gotten back to a pretty good lead here. Now, if you can see, they've got all three people up, and these are not tiny people. And they've got good attack on the boat. And the heel is right. You notice how when the boat heels a little bit, Bill jumped right up and corrected that heel. So they're matching Eileen now, but they're going a little higher. And they're going pretty fast. Now, Eileen is picked up over there. Now, see how she got almost too much heel. And she still got that person down. So she got used to adjusting those people in the boat as quickly as that changes. Okay, the boats are tacking towards the ley line right now. You can see that Carolina picked a nice ley line. She said slightly above the mark. Didn't leave a whole lot extra, which is what you got to do. That's very good. Eileen followed Carolina's move, tacked right behind him. And that was a good move on her part, figuring if he can make it, I can make it. Now, both of these guys sailed very, very well upwind, and you can see they've got a pretty good lead on the other two boats. Now, Eileen lost her spinnaker halyard right before the race, so she will not be flying a spinnaker. But if she sails well, she's got a pretty good lead there. She may be able to head down and keep it. Keeping in mind that all the people that are flying spinnakers today are new. So, although the spinnaker is a great advantage, when it's sailed badly, it's not. Here she comes down. Now, she could have a choice here to make. Head down and go wing and wing, or reach back and forth. I think we have enough breeze here to go wing and wing, and that's what she's choosing. Bill is having not quite as good a time of getting his spinnaker up this time as he did last time. But he's still got a pretty good lead. He can spend it. There! Finally, when she went up, it was beautiful. Nice set. Okay, here comes Mad Dog around. I didn't film him this time, but it looked like he was suffering from the same thing. Not quite enough in on his main. And we're talking an inch or two, but it does make a big difference. Finding that little inch or two plus or minus on the main all day makes a big difference going upwind. Okay, here comes our last boat around. Looks like they're going to try and fly a spinnaker. Okay, pole up. They have plenty of time. I would have had that pole up before we came around the mark, but because the new person, maybe he was driving. For the last minute, and that's why he couldn't do it. Okay, hoisting the spinnaker. Now he's doing everything by himself. That's a little slower. I've seen as the experienced guy on the boat. The guy driving is pretty new. He hasn't raced Flying Scots before. Okay, for one man doing all the work for a spinnaker set, that's pretty darn good. It looks like Mad Dog's gotten brave. They're going to try and fly their spinnaker. Having a little trouble with it. I think the boat's heading too high. He's got to head down. He just head it down a little bit. He can probably fly that thing right now. They're getting close now. It's up. Pull back. Boom. They got it. Okay. So 3 out of 4 boats flew the spinnaker this time. That's good improvement. Ryan's got a new guy on the helm there, and he's weaving back and forth a lot. That's a big problem. You got to teach him to drive straight. He's on the edge of jibing there. That's why he's having trouble getting his spinnaker full. Now we got a close race down here. Parallel. Okay, I told you Eileen was do okay without her spinnaker if she sailed well. And I told you that a spinnaker sailed poorly is not that much faster. Look at this race. They're neck and neck here. I don't think she's going to catch it, but boy, she's giving him a run for his money. See how the spinnaker keeps flopping? And once again, same as last time, they got the spinnaker too far forward. That's why they're having trouble filling it. You gotta get that pole back. Oh, I think she's going to get him. Look at that. Nice job, Eileen. So it's a good example of the pole just, if your spinnaker's falling down and crooked like that, the pole's just not back far enough. So if you're having trouble, start playing, figure out what you got to do to fix it. See how the pole is almost on the forestay? Way too far forward. Get it back if you're going downwind. Okay, he could literally still win this if he bring that pole back and get a little surge. It's that close. But right now, unless he does something different, Eileen's got him. Ooh, this is close. Inches. Absolutely inches. Eileen got him. Good job. Good job. Nice race.
What? You're too far away. I cannot hear you.
Okay, here comes the second two boats, or the third and fourth place. Again, look at the spinnaker back there. You can see it's all lopsided and crooked. So it's got to be out in front and proud to go fast. He's taking his down. Okay, we're 13 seconds before the start on our third start of the day. Everybody's nice and close to the line this time. 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. A lot of good starts there today. Everybody's pretty on the line and going. Bill port tacked the entire fleet. That's interesting. So he was able to get far enough away that he port tacked the entire fleet. Now, I'm not sure why he wanted to do that, but it worked. He pulled it off. That's a pretty brave move, because if you port tack like that, the rest of the fleet, you don't have the right of way over anybody. So if you don't make it, you're attacking back. But he pulled it off. Nice job. Once again, he appears to have won the start. We'll see what happens when he attacks back. But he really had a lot of good speed coming out of that start and crossed the entire fleet. So that's a pretty good indication that he won the start. Now we got 3 boats up in front of us. You're going to see the one furthest to the left is the flattest. So they're sailing flat. So something's wrong there. They don't have enough power on or something. They're too far away to see. But these other 2 boats have a nice heel on them and going nice. It looks like Ryan has the same problem. He has a little bit of trouble pointing because you got to get that sail in a little bit more in favor of the twist. Oh, that wasn't Bill that nailed the start. That was Dita. Bill's over here. There's 262 20s over here, so I got it wrong. So Dita's the one that port tacked the fleet. Bill is over here. Furthest man out on this trio. Okay, so here's Ryan. Take a look at the twist you see on that sail. It is really, really, really twisted. It's probably too open and why he's having trouble pointing. Just an inch or 2 in will help him. The boat in front of him has a little less twist, not much. And Bill over there has a lot less twist. As you can see his from here. You can actually see the sail shape on top, not nearly as. There we go. Now you can see Bill has twist on his sail, but not nearly as much as what the other 2 boats have. Right now, it looks like he's adjusting it. Right now, he almost has a little too much cup on top, but those guys are failing on the other way. Bill is really outpointing them. Oh, Chris is sailing right now. Sorry. Thanks. Bill is who's the instructor, but the guy that's doing the helming here was doing a pretty good job, is Chris. The only thing I don't like is they could have a little more heel on their boat. But they're moving smartly. I think he's adjusted his sail a little bit now. I think our trim is pretty good, and they're pointing right at the weather mark. Let's see who's ahead when they get there. So I've seen over here, after he port tacked the fleet, just kept going. He got pretty far away from the rest of the fleet. Now that's a gamble. If the fleet gets anything different than you get, a little more wind, a little different angle, the whole fleet captures you. If it's neutral, you're fine. And if you get an advantage they didn't, you got a big advantage. But if you already got the lead, especially, you're better off to cover your fleet and sail with them than you are to let them go. All it takes is them to get something you didn't, and you lose the entire fleet, not just one boat, but the entire fleet. They're going to cross here. Let's see what happened. Remember, he won the start. He was well out ahead. But he took that off by himself, and he lost the lead. See that? So let's see how many boats he has to duck here. Okay, these guys tack down here, but they're still, as you can see, in the lead. They've beaten him, and Carolina here is going to beat him as well. So by going off by himself is a good example of, by going off by himself, he lost a bunch of boats. So a golden rule in sailing is once you've got ahead of your fleet, stay between them and the mark. That's almost going to guarantee you a good finish. Okay, Brian's sliced it nice and thin for this mark. If he makes it, that's perfect. Bill overstood by as many lengths as you see between him and Brian. So he gave away some of his lead there. Dita snuck in there real nice. That was actually perfect. She cleared everybody, did a good job. You gotta be careful doing that because there's a lot of rules involved there. But they did good. So Bill once again is in the lead at the weather mark. Heading down sharply. Well, Bill with Chris driving. Here comes Dita. Now it's going to be a race about who gets their spinnaker up quickest and gets moving downwind fast. They're close enough together that it can be a rise race at that point. Not much of a lead going on there. Here comes Eileen around the mark. No spinnaker again because she lost her halyard. But she did very well without it last time. Let's see how she holds on this time. She should at least be able to hold on to her third. I don't think she's going to catch those guys in front of her because they got a pretty good lead. Okay, they're going to head down. They don't show any spinnaker yet. Doesn't look like they're interested in it. Okay, let's get out and watch these guys then. Okay, remember, Bill rounded first. He's had a consistent problem of not having his pull back far enough. But right now, the spinnaker looks like it's out front pulling. I think he's doing a pretty good job there now. If he does a good job, Asin shouldn't be able to catch him. Asin's looking pretty strong there. We'll see what it's like when we come up parallel to them. Keep parallel. Close the gap, you might even have the lead. We'll see when we get their parallel. Okay, I'm there still neck and neck. Bill just edged out a little bit. This is nice close racing here. Look at the difference. We're talking about a foot, one boat to the other. Now Asin got a little bit of buff and he edged up. Again, Asin's controlling this because he's the weather boat. So you can tell Bill to head down. He can control what Bill's doing right now. Bill got himself in a situation there. Now Asin's so busy yelling at Bill, he's not trimming his spinnaker. So if I were Bill, I would just head down, get my spinnaker pull, and get the heck away from him, and then come back up and finish my race. Hanging out there right beside him is not real fast. As a matter of fact, in any other race where it's a little closer, other people would be capturing it because when you're both that close, you're both going slow. Hey, Bill, sneaking out ahead again. Can you get down parallel? Thank you. It's still anybody's race. I mean, literally, we're neck and neck here. Asin right now has the edge, but Bill's starting to push a little bit. We got about 50 yards to go. Could be anybody's race. Now Bill's edged out a little bit. Oh man, he's gained a lot right there. Okay, I think he's clear of Asin's bad air now. He's far enough away where Asin can't trouble him. There you go. That's nice. Look at that perfect spinnaker set on Bill's part. Asin has good set, but you can see his spinnaker just keeps losing power. So just that tiny little bit of difference. There's the lost power there. That tiny little bit of difference what wins or loses the sailboat race. And look how much the fleet is caught up here. They had a heck of a good lead, but because they were sailing so close together, they both slowed down, allowed the fleet to catch up. Okay, Bill wins this one. Good job. So I got Chris driving there, Paul driving there. So Chris and Paul got a first and a second for the day. Okay, back here, Eileen. Driving, but keeping them all going. And she is going to get this one. Just barely. Brian did a good job catching up there with his guy. That guy.